Good morning.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, stock traders. My name is Trap Trades, and today we are going to be getting into stock ticker GME. And we're going to be doing some technical analysis on the macro picture, how much I believe in what Ryan Cohen and the gang are doing over there, and then the micro picture that might be a little bit more bloody comparatively. But when you zoom out, when in doubt, zoom out, guys, because the macro looks so stupidly nice still. And so that's not nothing because you take from 2020 where we were 60 cents before the stock split, right? And now you're sitting pretty in that $20 to $30 range, and that's all it is. It's just a range. It's a range that a stock is going through until it confirms bias that it wants to go higher and higher and higher. It wants to climb to higher levels because of the development that the company has done in terms of a restructuring in the brick and mortar part of the company, saving money, being profitable. It sounds small, but it cannot be understated how tremendously huge that this is for GameStop. And today, we still are in this bull flag, bull pennant, whatever you want to call it. We're actually bouncing pretty perfectly off of the bottom side of this resistance from the $21 movement. And so you did have a fake breakout. And you don't love to see that because usually what follows is downside. Usually it's a break of the pattern. And we're going to have to just wait and see how that plays out because you could recover and maybe this is the perfect bottom. Totally could be. Or maybe you go to fill the gap and then you just dump. Also possible. I think a lot of it revolves around Ryan Cohen and what he's going to end up doing with the um, shares that he has offered. I have a guess. It's probably buy more Bitcoin. And that has me jacked. That has me so excited. But the macro picture, it looks beautiful because of a few things. Let's zoom out. When in doubt, you zoom out, right? Um, So, don't mind my gold and my red. That was two different phases of my life, and now I'm at red. Okay, don't judge me. But the gold was the previous either bull flag or falling wedge that GameStop was in. You could have tagged the bottom perfectly from this uptrend. So this is Genesis. This is literal. This is the GameStop holy grail uptrend that it is in and has been in since the squeeze back in 2020. You had a bottom tick at 64 cents, and then you had a bottom at what was this, a dollar and 94 cents. And then if you followed that trend, it took you all the way through this bear season into 2024 April. And so if you bought at $9, you would have made a killing. But that's not the end, right? Because uptrends don't just go away, right? I'm sorry to tell the bears that, but they persist and they continue going up. So this is the good news. You're still within the bear pennant. Now, the bad news. I think it's likely that you break down. The good news of that is it's very possible that you find this uptrend again, claim it as support, right? Maybe you trade sideways until August. Maybe there's some kind of summer cool down because usually that's what happens as people go on vacation. Um, but the long term of things, guys, that would be an outstanding place to buy GameStop, in my opinion. Not a financial advisor, but that would be outstanding, outstanding purchase of GameStop shares. And so when you zoom out and you see that you only have until $18, worst case scenario, you find support on this previous resistance at 15. In my opinion, that's worst case scenario. But I think 18 would be a hell of a buy. I think 20 would be a hell of a buy. And maybe this is the bottom. Maybe 21's the bottom. Let's jump into my Cran DD. All right, so you jump into the 4 hour and you can see here that you actually have a death cross. That happened back on June 12th, indicating more dropping, and you did. You dropped all the way to $21. Currently, you are still underneath the trend line that absolutely brutally gave you the WWE SmackDown. Let's draw from there. And so, I mean, you still have a ways to go before you touch it. If you had a short term upside, you would look at 26 to 25 range that you would potentially hit this trend line. And I don't anticipate to break it on the third time touching it, right? Usually you trade and you form some kind of technical pattern before you make a decision. Um, and you are still in this kind of bear flaggy movement here. So until we get a decision on what this wants to do, let's draw that a little different. Until you get a decision on what this wants to do, the likely move is you come up to the 50-day EMA and then you reject. That's just the reality. Um, let's see from the breakdown to the bottom. Can I grab it? Can I grab it? There we go. Oh dear goodness. Oh great heavens. Let's zoom out. So that take you to 16. I don't think that's likely. I think it's more likely you find support between 21 and 18. If you didn't, there would be some kind of news, but everything that is coming out on GameStop that isn't a share offering is good news. And so when you take a step back and you see what they're doing to the company and how they're going online and how they're closing a lot of their costs, right? Business 101, oftentimes you want to control costs and expand top line sales. That is what they're doing. They're mobilizing online and then closing a lot of their rent. And regardless of what happens, you still have the whole meme craze and you still have Roaring Kitty. That is not to be taken for granted because every time that guy tweets, it's like 20%, 30%, 40%, and then your stock indicators start to flip bullish. So that's my little crayon DD on GME. It's in a pennant. You're looking to see what happens. Longest case scenario, you trade sideways till about August. But I think we'll have a decision before then. None of the stock offerings change my bias on stock ticker AMC. I actually still believe in GameStop and the positive momentum being a arbitrage play for AMC, just like it was back here, right? May 2nd. May 2nd, you ran that week. I mean, you went up 100 something%, and then the next week you tripled. If I just pull up AMC here for a second, when GameStop went up 400, 500%, AMC went up 400%. So that's my DD for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate my six subscribers and climbing. Please make sure smash that like button, smash that sub button, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.